Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the M2 podcast. We have a special episode for you this week. It's been a while since we had a guest. I think the last guest we had was Gunshot, which was, gosh, what
Yeah.
was that, like May? Like that was a while ago.
It's been
Um,
too long. Yes.
yeah, it's been long. It's been so anyways, guest episode's very overdue. And we had Crazymiller back on the show. This is his
Yeah.
third appearance on the M2 podcast in the over the history of the show. But yeah, we had him on. We talked about his streaming career and how it's developed over the past couple of years, how he got partner and the process with that. We talked about his personal life too, about him moving to South Carolina and then back to Michigan. I think after like 6 months or something like that. He wasn't there long, but we talked about that entire process, and it was a really good conversation. And I think especially if you're a fan of his, you'll enjoy it. So yeah, without further ado, this is the show with Crazymiller. I mean,
Let's
I don't
just
know.
get into it.
Let's get into it, dude.
Play
Let's get
button.
into it, dude.
Let's just talk about Halo.
Oh,
What's up with that?
Yeah, what's up with Halo, dude? Like, can we just talk about it?
Honestly.
Oh man.
No, dude. Do we want to talk about it? That's the problem.
Well, I think we need to talk about it, don't we? Because that's pretty much your whole like brand.
My whole career.
I mean,
is
yeah,
built
like
off of Halo.
yeah.
it's
You
something
started
like,
with Halo
yeah.
5 and
I
went
mean,
into Halo Infinite.
I
made
feel
partner.
like I feel like the problem. I feel like the problem was that like I pretty much set all of my content on hold, and I was like, boom, I'm gonna do Halo 5 content all the way until Halo Infinite drops because it's gonna be a banger. And my content is just gonna skyrocket because I've already built the foundation through Halo, and then boom, it's gonna take off. And the ship did not sail like I expected it to. The game is so busted and everyone's so mad at it and stuff. But like you said, I was able to still stay consistent, still keep on the grind, and get to Twitch partner. So
Yeah.
shout out to my community for being there every step of the way.
Yeah, there's a whole arc there, right? It's a lot to
Yeah,
cover.
It took 2.5 years of straight grinding the same schedule. So yeah, it took some time.
Yeah, to say the least. I think personally that's something I've noticed is like I see other people, especially in the Halo space, applying for partner now. But it's like the biggest contributing factor, and I think why some people don't end up getting it. Because I mean, I know like just to think of, you know, when Jervlin did the Halo 2 Lasso and he did that whole run, and he applied for partner, and I think within a few weeks he got declined. And like he had really good numbers, right? But I think looking at it, and not saying he's not deserving of it, but like just looking at that, it like came down to schedule, I think, and just like that was the reason why I feel like you got it like first try, even though it took forever, because like you just had that consistency, and I don't see many other creators with that level of consistency on the platform in general, let alone in Halo.
Right. So with his whole thing, I'm pretty sure it took him over 40 days to finally hear back. And then Twitch's response to him was that he took off too fast, is essentially what it was, because he was doing like his thing or whatever, and then he had that challenge, and then he went streaming every day, and his content just skyrocketed from there. And he was up in the thousands of average viewers going from where he was at, which I wasn't really sure where he was at before, but yeah, he skyrocketed. And so Twitch was just pretty much like, I mean, we see that you're taking off, but you need to maintain that. And as long as you can maintain that, then we'll give you partnership. So they were kind of iffy about it. But like you were saying with me is like I've put in the same hours Monday through Friday, 5 hours a day, keeping it consistent. And at the time of applying, we were pulling like around 100 average. So it worked, thankfully. Yeah. And it only took Twitch 81 days.
I was going to say it was 2 months.
Yeah, Twitch took 81 days to finally respond to my partnership email, which is crazy because I applied and I was like nervous that they didn't even like receive it. And then I contacted support, and support was like, well, you just need to be patient or whatever, and we can't tell you any kind of details. It's like, all right, fine. So then I waited around like 60-day mark or something. I like messaged Twitch support on Twitter, and they were like, well, you just need to be patient. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think 60 some days is patient enough when you're when your thing claims within 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks. Like it's been way longer than that. So then, yeah, finally, after 81 days, I got a random email one day, and I was just like, just out of nowhere, just like they said
True.
yes. So
No.
it's pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I remember after you applied, it was I think like the 3 or 4 week mark you hadn't heard back. And so I remember I looked on Twitter. I think it maybe you had found someone on Twitter who they tweeted out that they got their partnership package because like when you get partner, you get this like swag
You
bag
sent
thing.
that. You sent that to me.
Yeah, and
You
maybe
found that.
actually, yeah, you're right because I remember I saw that on Twitter and I was
Yeah.
like, wait, they get like a swag box thing? Like that's pretty cool. And then
Yeah.
but it said in the tweet something like, 6 months after she got partner, she finally got it, and I was like, oh my god. And so I sent it to you, and then
Yeah.
you reached out to her and was like, hey, like how long did it take? Like, do you remember how long it took? I think what was it, like 40 days or something like that?
I think she may have said 60 or something. So she said that it took a long time for her to even hear back as well, which is just nuts. I want to say I don't think I DM'd her actually. I was gonna try and
Well,
find it,
I
but
think it was like a Twitter reply, wasn't it?
yeah, it was on Twitter. Which I don't really remember what her username was, but yeah. So she said that it took like 60 days, I think, to hear back about hers, and so I was just like, dude, this is crazy. But what I think happened, and I mean, I'm not trying to like say that it was okay for what Twitch did. But what I'm saying is, like, at the time, I think they were doing like the ad incentive program and they were trying to implement that. So, what my guess at the time was that they were not taking on partners because they were trying to build up their whole ad incentive program and ship that properly before taking on more partners.
Yeah.
So, I think
Yeah,
that's
that
what
makes a lot of
happened.
sense. Yeah.
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 That's just my guess, but yeah, I actually just got an ad incentive email finally. They want to take me on for that, but
Yeah.
so it was a little low, so I was like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna run ads. It's not worth it.
Yeah. It's funny too. I saw like I think it was a bigger streamer, like a really big streamer that averaged he's like 5,000 plus. He like tweeted out his like offer for that for ad incentives, and it
Yeah,
was like I think like 5 digits
yeah,
or something. It was a lot. Um.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean they're definitely the top 0.01% benefiting the most from that.
Mhm.
It's something I would like to see for smaller streamers. I think like just to like I mean I don't know the logistics behind it, but it's like it was like nothing for you. I felt like.
Yeah, if you're gonna call it an incentive, it better be an incentive. You know what I mean?
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Exactly.
Yeah, the one you're talking about, he got an offer that was $20,000
Dude, that is unreal, man.
for a month of just running ads.
Yeah,
Like,
and you basically is it
that's insane.
three ads every hour?
Yeah, 3 ads per hour, and then mine was for 121 hours. 3 ads per hour for 121
Jeez,
hours.
yeah.
Or 3 minutes of ads per hour. Yeah, for 121
God.
hours.
Yeah, and for those guys, that doesn't include the money that they can make off of subs and bits because their community
Right.
is like so devoted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
So for a smaller partner, their incentive was $55 for me to run
It's like that's just wild.
3 minutes of ads for 121 hours. They want to give me $55 to do that.
It just the
How much did you make
difference.
off a pre-roll though?
Off of pre-roll right now, or last month, I made $46 off of just pre-roll. So I'm already like making that. But I guess if you think about it in the aspect of if I ran ads, I'd be generating more ad revenue, period. And
Yeah.
then you add the $55 that I'd get from Twitch or whatever.
God, dude.
So I mean, it would stack up at the end of the day, but I'm not trying to make people just sit through ads because I know how I feel when people are running ads on their channel. A lot of times it just deters people away from the stream entirely. So
Yeah.
I actually went to watch a stream the other day and I joined the stream, got a pre-roll. I watched for about 10 seconds and then I had 7 ads.
Yeah.
So I got to
Oh.
watch their stream for 10 seconds before I got hit with 7 ads, and I was like,
Yeah. Out
Yeah.
of there, dude. Yeah.
That's exactly how I am too. It's just if I get too many ads, I'm not coming back to a stream.
Right.
Like,
It's
gone.
tough, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's the ad incentive. I think it's cool that they're trying to incentivize monetarily for a lot of that stuff, but it's like just the difference in being a top creator versus being a smaller creator. It's like that is just there's such a wide gap there, and it makes you wonder like how. I mean, I don't again, I don't know how it works in the back end, but it's like it'd be nice if they distributed that differently across like the level of creator because it's just that is like I mean, I get it. The ads won't reach as wide of an audience for a small streamer, but it's like if you want
Right.
the entire platform to run ads, it's I think at least a little bit more would be nice, you know.
Right, for sure.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I think the fact that like your road to partner I think was like very much like that's like the very like grassroots kind of no pun intended grassroots like kind of like path to it for
Yeah, and
how
that's
streamers
what
should be.
yeah, that's what I tell people all the time. They're always like, "What should I do with streaming?" It's like set a schedule, be consistent, and just grind for it. Obviously there's other avenues that are, I started streaming on Twitch like 8, 9 years ago. So it's like from then it was just grind on Twitch, grind on Twitch, grind on Twitch. Whereas now the meta is like you can grow so much on other platforms and then bring that audience to Twitch. So it's like I'm trying to adapt to that, but I'm just so in my roots of just like stream on Twitch. Just let's go.
Well, I mean, at the very least, you're
um,
posting clips to other platforms, right? I mean,
right. Yeah. I'm trying to as much as possible. It's actually it's kind of difficult, to post on multiple platforms like consistently, like
yeah,
every day. Because like the way that like TikTok algorithm works and like Instagram, they're like post daily, post daily, post daily, post daily, and it's like, bro, that's so much work to post daily.
yeah,
Like I don't understand how people do it, how they come up with all these ideas and generate new content every day
yeah. Well, I mean,
for
I've
like
seen,
TikTok and Insta.
yeah, I mean, I've seen TikToks too, where people like large creators on TikTok are like they have like theories about like their videos actually purposely don't get promoted so that it incentivizes or tries to incentivize creators to buy those like programs to push the content or like buy
Yeah,
those
the
like I don't know
ads.
like yeah like the ads or whatever. So it's like I think it's a pretty solid theory, but it's just like it's like TikTok numbers. It's like it's so sporadic, and that's probably a reason as to why. And it's kind of like, come on, just like I just want to
Well,
post content, you know?
Well, the theory also is it kind of holds up because I've watched his name's Tony, but he does like all kinds of content on TikTok, and he talked about how like all of his videos popped off except for one, and then he clicks on that one video and it says promote this video. Like, would you like to promote this video? So they're like trying to get him to promote his video cuz his numbers are down. So they're like purposefully
That's nuts.
pushing his numbers down so that way he has to pay to promote it. It's
So
like they're trying to force you to pay
yeah,
money to promote your content
it's
by
like so
bringing your numbers down.
maniacal. Oh, I
Right?
hate
Isn't
that.
it
Yeah.
crazy?
It's
It's
wild.
it almost feels like it's too like dirty and evil to be real, but it's got to be, dude, because you see it a lot of times with like the bigger TikTok creators.
Yeah,
Yeah, like every
Crazy.
single video hits except for that one.
Yeah,
That makes
and then when
sense.
they click on it, it says, "Would you like to promote this video?" Stop.
so wild, dude. The amount of control these platforms have, people don't realize. It's kind of
Right?
crazy.
It is
Yeah.
nuts. That's like there's like a whole meta to posting on Instagram and TikTok. Like if you use too many hashtags, then it's bad. If you use like 3 to 5, that's supposed to be the sweet spot. But once you start doing more than that, it tries to, I don't know, like there's just too much stuff that it doesn't know where to push your content to properly. So as long as you pick like your main avenues, I don't know.
Um,
There's just so many different tips and tricks for like every single platform that it's like it's
Yeah,
so
there's
much.
also like a time of day kind of thing if you really want to get down into it.
Right.
it's wild,
Yeah,
dude.
It's
you've
weird.
sent me that, the different
Yeah.
times a day that you can post on
Oh,
different platforms too.
Yeah, like what hits, what doesn't. It's like and it changes all the time. So it's like you just have to keep up with whatever the algorithms are doing, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
It's exhausting.
It's wild too. I mean, a lot of these platforms, they don't disclose the algorithms for a reason too, because they
Right.
definitely want creators to figure it out, and they want people to use the platform, post on the platform, watch stuff on the platform. Like, I get why, but it's also at the same time like it's like you know what to do, and you just won't like help people grow. It's kind of just like everyone's having to do their own like science and research to try and figure this stuff out. Which kudos to those people, but it's like at the same time, if only the platforms just said like, okay, here are some like just a little short list of bullet points about where you should be, like how much a hashtag you should add, how much like when is the most optimal time for you to post and stuff like that. But it's just never gonna
Yeah,
happen,
that'd
I
be
don't
cool.
think.
Honestly, like a targeted like for a person would be cool. Like if you could go into your own dashboard and see like when the best time to do certain things is. I mean, that's what I took advantage of with Twitch. I'm not even gonna lie about that. When you look at the statistics of Twitch, which I learned this from Devin Nash, none other than the GOAT. But Devin pretty much talked about how a lot of gamers and stuff, if you think about just the United States, period, United States, a lot of people will stay up late and game up into like, let's say 5 in the morning ish, roughly. That's including the West Coast staying up until like 2 a.m. or whatever. Um, so a lot of those people are logging off for the night and they're signing off. So a lot of the streams start to go offline, right? Well, that's where I picked up the 8 a.m. spot because a lot of people are waking up for work or they're at work, starting their work day or whatever. So they're booting up their computers and they're hopping on Twitch. Well, when they get on Twitch, they're going to go under Halo and they're going to see me like every day at 8 a.m. And a lot of people aren't even like a lot of gamers are at work or, not able to stream at that time. So you can pick up that time slot and be, you know, one of the only streamers really playing during that time slot. And then, when it starts to pick up is, when people are getting out of school, out of work and stuff like that later in the day. So that's why I capitalized the 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. time slot because there's not a lot of broadcasters on, So that
Yeah.
was like my optimal time to do that.
It worked great for you too, because every time I would click on the Halo Infinite category, it was you and one other person. And for
Yeah.
a while, it was like the other person had a little bit more viewers. And then slowly but surely, as you kept getting closer and closer to partnership and you're putting it in your title about like, hey,
Mm.
only a few more. This is my average. We
Right.
need 75 average. It's like your viewership just kept going, 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 going. And it's been
Into the
pretty cool to
hundreds.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
past hundreds. Like you're basically that's your new like set point is 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, that was the strategy that I took. And like I said, I learned that from Devin Nash. And it was just like, I realized, even when you go into the Halo Infinite category, sometimes I'll go on there and like now the max viewership on a person will be like 20,
Yeah.
like when I wake up, and which is
Yeah.
like 6 in the morning. I'll look on there and it's like nobody's really watching Halo, nobody's streaming it really. So, you know, the earlier you start, the better off you're gonna be on Twitch.
Yeah. I mean, I literally, because I'm like right there with Mike. I was like, I would every now and again check the category, and like you were at the top in the morning. You're the first one, like
Pretty
in
Right.
much
that
every time.
category.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's like the Casey Neistat mentality. He would always say like, "Go daily," and like when you start becoming a daily part of people's lives, it
Yeah.
has more value than you think. So
Yeah, and that's what's crazy too, is because we have this trip coming up and we're leaving. I'm gonna be gone for a week and a half. And
That's a long time.
every everyone listen, everyone has had me streaming the same time slot for 2.5 years, and a lot of people have put that into their daily life. So now that that's gonna be gone, it's gonna be
What
crazy
are they
for
gonna
people.
It
What are
really
they gonna
is.
do?
yeah. Besides, I mean, this is gonna be the first time in a while. Besides the week you actually moved to South Carolina, which we can get into later, that was another period, week and a half or something like that, where you were just
Yeah,
you were out. Because you could
that
certainly
was
dive into
that was
that
a week.
story if you want. Because the last time you were on, the show was before you moved. It's like right before you moved. Um,
Oh.
and now you've done. There's been a little bit of like a crazy little like arc there over the past year or so. I mean, I don't know. I gotta get into it, dude. How was South Carolina? Because you moved here. You were here for how many months?
Yeah, so to set it up, last time I streamed, or not streamed, we did the podcast, just Mike and I, was January 2021, and then when it was us three, it was March of 2021, and then soon after, actually, during that podcast, I was packing everything to move. I remember. And soon after that podcast, I moved. So I moved down to South Carolina, and I was there from March until November. So I was only there for a couple of months, but it was a great experience. I would definitely use something like that again. It was so
Yeah.
awesome.
So I mean,
Um,
no, go ahead. You can finish.
I was just gonna say, like, it was a really crazy experience, just packing your whole life away and then putting it into a truck and then driving straight down like 14 hours uh in a moving truck, driving by
Yeah.
yourself. Well, I actually had to put my two cats in the moving truck with me, which was crazy.
That's so wild.
Those two meowing the whole time. My cat Reese he was like laying and sleeping on the dashboard, which was pretty cool. So like my view is the road and then my cat just sitting on the dashboard. Um, but yeah, so moving down was definitely crazy. Shout out to Kyle's roommate
Yep,
actually drove all the way from, what was that, like a 4-hour drive?
something like that. I couldn't go. All right. Like I really wanted to,
Yeah,
but I think like work or something like held me down, so I couldn't go.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
That's totally fine. But yeah, his roommate drove all the way out and like helped us move in and stuff. That was clutch. Because
yeah.
moving out, just me and Kayla.
Hmm. Probably not fun.
Because
Tough.
all right, to set it up for everyone else that's listening, we lived on the third floor, okay, and I think it was 28 steps, like
You
total.
counted.
Yeah, it was like 28 steps total. So it was like going up and down with all of our stuff, just my wife and I trying to move all of our stuff, dude. We were so exhausted. And then we slept on an air mattress and then drove all the way back to Michigan. So,
Yeah.
like in the
Oh,
morning.
jeez.
Yeah, it was rough, but it was an experience. But I mean, I wish that I was still in South Carolina sometimes, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, that leads to the next question is like, you don't have to get into super detail about it, but like,
yeah.
why did you move in initially? Was there a specific reason or?
So my whole life, I've not really liked Michigan, and it's just because the winters here are just awful. If you,
Yeah.
if anyone lives pretty much like up north anywhere, winters are brutal. And by that, it's like super depressing when you can't like go outside, and when you do, you try to breathe, and your whole body just dies on the inside because the air is so cold.
Yeah, I know that
So it's
feeling.
like, yeah, so that every day, like you go outside, it's like 0 degrees, you get in your car and you're just like, why do I live here? Why do I live where the air wants to hurt me? But yeah, so it's like, the winters are super long in Michigan. Obviously there's other places that have it way worse. But you know, living in Michigan for 28 years, I was like, I want to go somewhere else. I want to try something. It's just like, I don't care if it's a once in a lifetime thing. I just want to go somewhere and try something out. And after doing like 4 years of research, we landed on Greenville, South Carolina. And I was like, this place looks awesome. It looks like people are motivated there, and looks like a really good place to go with the family. And so we moved down there. And the first couple of months, obviously we hung out with Kyle um, multiple times, but we didn't meet like a ton of people until my wife got a job serving, and then she started making some friends. And then Layla went to school and she started making friends. And that was the tough part, is like we were finally like getting our roots and starting to meet people and like make friends and stuff. And then we moved back to Michigan. And it was
Yeah.
because obviously missing family and stuff like that is pretty difficult since all of family lives in Michigan. So um wifey was pretty homesick, and then we moved back, and then we were like, maybe we should have stayed. Because we could still visit family and like still hang out with them and stuff like that, but it's like we were finally starting to get like comfortable there, and I feel like if we did stick it out we would have enjoyed it, but at the same time we have a lot more opportunity in Michigan.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing that we're back in Michigan, because there, like I said, there's so much opportunity. My wife has two businesses and a job that she's doing right now, and I'm working with her and stuff. So like I said, the opportunity here is just crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, the journey was nuts. The journey's been crazy.
Yeah. So I want to put a pin in that two businesses because I definitely want to talk about that kind of like outside the streaming stuff. But like, I
Yeah.
mean, overall in South Carolina, I mean, because like Greenville's a really nice area. Like, like you said,
Oh,
I
it's an
visited
awesome area.
multiple times. Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
great area. But like, I mean, besides the weather, like, what was probably your favorite part about like South Carolina in general and Greenville? Because I mean, you were in the window of the year where it's certainly the hottest, but it's certainly like
Mhm.
probably the nicest. I feel like because like, I mean, if you like the heat anyway. Um,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. So, what month did you guys move back?
November.
November. Okay, yeah. So you still get to experience like the heat of like August and September. That was like that's when it gets. At least I think. I don't know. Mike can probably attest too, but that's when I feel like it gets like the worst.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's definitely the worst.
It's
Yeah.
just it's
Like
like
by
oh man,
far.
it's like the end of the summer like transitions always. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And I was kind of disappointed because we didn't get to experience like a winter, down south, because that was like a main thing. Is like I would have loved to have experienced what like a mild winter is like, and not a winter like up here. But yeah, I mean, my favorite part about just being in South Carolina was how nice and hot it was. I cannot lie, I was the tannest I've ever been in my whole life. I was outside in the pool like every day with Layla. Like Layla was super tan too. Like we were just hanging out at the pool every day. It was so nice.
Oh man, there's
Um,
video evidence of that too, by the way, on
Yeah,
my
there
YouTube
really is.
channel.
yeah, yeah.
Oh man, yeah,
The
sure.
the vlog when you and Mike came and we watched some soccer in
Yeah,
the pool on the
Mike was
TV.
barely in it. That was my fault because I didn't film that day.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Mm.
But yeah, that was a good time. But so like I said, it's just like being outdoors all the time was super awesome. I started a little like Twitter thread of bugs because
I
like
loved that, by the
the
way.
bugs down south, I was like, dude, these things are massive.
They're
What are you
huge.
feeding
Yeah,
these
dude,
things?
it's wild down
Yeah.
here, man.
So like compared to the bugs in Michigan, it was kind of blowing my mind. And then I found like a banana spider, which was crazy too. So yeah, just being outside and exploring and everything was really cool. My favorite part about Greenville is you just like shoot north and you're in the mountains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you
yeah.
drive north like 40 minutes or so, you're in the mountains. And we went in the mountains so many times. Um, I went on a hike that my body was not ready for, and I did it anyway. um, I think it's called Bald Rock. I
That
believe
sounds
is
right.
Bald Rock State Park. Um, yeah, we did that hike. I think it was 7 miles
Jeez.
total ish, but it's like you hike pretty much straight up. Like you go all the way up and then you go right and you climb all the way to the top of this mountain, and the overlook is absolutely stunning. It's so beautiful. It's so worth it. But um yeah, I was dead. Just but like I said, being in the mountains and being able to hike and stuff like that was like one of my dreams. And that's why, we kind of picked there. It was between like moving out to Colorado, where the mountains are out there,
Yeah.
or moving down to like South Carolina.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, being able to go hiking and stuff, that was like one of my big things. Another one of my big things was mountain biking, but I didn't actually get to do a ton of mountain biking while I was down there. I only did it like one time. So that was kind of disappointing. But I think I got my fix with the hiking and stuff.
I was gonna say you really took advantage of that because that's like the biggest. That's like one of the biggest pulls there. So, and I would definitely see you like you'd be talking about how you'd be out hiking like all the time, like enjoying the weather. So you
Yeah,
definitely took advantage of that. I will say that.
absolutely. Yeah, it's like because whenever family or anyone came down to visit, we were like, all right, we're planning the hiking trip. We gotta go show you all the waterfalls and all the cool stuff that there is here. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a giant lake there that there was like a dam that blocked it off, and then it broke or whatever, and it flooded like a huge area in the mountains, and I think it like took a bunch of houses and stuff that are like at the bottom of it. And now it's like a huge lake. And we went out there on a boat once, and dude, it was so crazy just being within all of the mountains on the lake. It was so cool. We also there's a huge mountain like above that lake, and to get there was a dirt road, and we like read about it online. We're like, oh, dirt road, that's not too bad, right? I bottomed out my Honda Accord like 3 times, like driving to this. Dude, it
Oh,
was like on the side of a mountain, and then there would be like a hill that would just go up and then just straight down. So like I would be going up, and then all of a sudden my car would just hit the road. I'm like, oh
my
my
God.
gosh.
Breakdown on
Yes.
the
Luckily no damage, but yeah,
Jeez, yeah.
it
Very
was
lucky.
definitely worth it. But yeah, it overlooks that whole lake. It was all the way up in the top of the mountain. It was really
Yeah. God, that is so wild. Um, yeah, so anyways, you were back in Michigan now.
cool.
And I know so because you had mentioned like when you started streaming, one of the ways you got partner was what, 2.5 years or something like that. It was just straight grinding.
Sir.
So you've recently had to do somewhat of kind of a schedule change or kind of like a shift in your output of content. So like what's all the details behind that and like what kind of brought you to that decision?
Well, I got partnered. And I mean, so Twitch is like my main source of income, right? But the problem with that is that it's like the money isn't like the big time streamers, you know? It's not super crazy. It's not really a livable wage. So now that I'm partnered, I'm kind of trying to pursue other avenues. I have been looking into different like actual big time career opportunities. Um, like I talked about, my wife has 2 businesses. She is a cosmetologist, so she has a cosmetology business that she's doing, and then she also started a landscaping company. So I have been taking over her spot kind of in the landscaping business and or just helping in the landscaping business. So like the schedule changes come like if we have clients or whatever that overlap my current stream times, I'll just cut my stream short or shift my stream time entirely or just not stream for the day to make sure that I go and do those landscape jobs because that's guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Whereas Twitch, you could stream for I streamed for 7 hours the one day and I made like 20 cents from people cheering bits. Like 7 hours and
That's
20 cents. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
it's
like a
pretty
livable
tough.
wage. Yeah, so
Yeah.
but then you'll have like days where people just go crazy and like, gift a bunch of subs and do all kinds of stuff. So it's like hit or miss. You really never know with which. So got to make sure that we're making, some money and actually doing that. So the landscaping stuff has been good though because uh my brain, I love to see the change in things happen. So it's like the before and afters of these landscape jobs that we've been doing, like the transformation has been incredible, been insane.
Yeah.
So it's like just to be the one creating that change is super cool, and I really like it a lot. So plus it's physical activity, you get to be outside and that stuff. So
Yeah. Not to say it seems like almost like it's right in your wheelhouse kind of thing.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because that's what I was saying to my wife is like I was in UPS for a long time. It's like I almost kind of want to go back strictly for the physical activity. Like you're getting
Yeah.
paid to work out.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Straight
That's
up.
very true.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
So it's like you get paid to work out. It's so awesome.
that like instant gratification too when you get a job done and you can actually physically see it. I mean, that's pretty rewarding, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, those pictures you post in your Discord, by the way, discord.gg/CrazyMiller. You got that nice URL too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in the Discord, you could see the before and after pictures, and yeah, dude, you guys do like such good jobs on those sites. So
Yeah, it's really
you.
impressive.
yeah,
Yeah, I
sure.
mean, and somebody like me that has no landscaping experience. Don't tell
They
anybody.
don't need to know that.
Yeah. Someone that has like no landscaping experience is, I mean, I have the vision, I can see what they want done and stuff like that, and then you just kind of do it, and to see that transformation is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Like it's so rewarding, like you said, just to see it happen. And like you said, the before and after pictures, like I'm excited to post them in the Discord. Like
Yeah.
and it's cool too because people are coming in the chat, they're like, hey, how's your landscape job go the other day? And they're like, do you got pictures? Like
Yeah.
people are
That's awesome.
excited to see it.
Wait, do I? Because I mean, that's the thing. You can show them to people, but it also is just like perfect info for like potential clients, right? You should be like, here's literal like evidence of what we done.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Did you
Which-
take I sent you a YouTube video on like the before and after of this guy like fixing up the entire yard.
Yeah,
Are
he
you
did
thinking about
the power washing one, I think.
yeah, the power washing video? There's a
Yeah.
couple other ones where they do like just overall landscaping for yards and like shoveling out and clearing like walking paths that haven't been revealed in like 15 years. Like super
Yeah.
satisfying to watch.
Those are so cool.
Would you ever consider making content like that?
I mean, that would be cool. I would just have to figure out how I would do stuff like that. Like you said, I see this guy on well, actually, since you sent me that video, I saw a power washing guy, but there's another dude that he walked up to a house and he just knocked on their door and said, hey, I see your sidewalks and like all these bushes and stuff are super overgrown. Would you mind if I just like trim everything up and make it look nice for free? And she was just like, yeah, sure. He's like, are you sure you're not gonna like charge me or something? He's like, no, I want to do it for free. And then like completely transformed the sidewalk and everything, and it looked incredible when he was done. And he just did it for free. And obviously he's making content, so he probably makes money off his content.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to do something like that would be pretty cool. I would just have to, invest in like cameras or just use my phone or whatever, figure out how I could do something like that.
dude, landscaping vlogs would be pretty sick. I definitely watch content like that.
I
mean-
do watch content like that. I know what guy you're talking about. It's the young guy that's like maybe mid-20s. He just goes around neighborhoods and knocking on doors.
Yeah,
Like,
and he just
yeah.
does it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys get short form content too. I'm surprised I haven't like run into something like that on TikTok.
Yeah, that's where I've found it actually, is the TikTok videos of it. And then like I said, there was you sent me that power washing one, and then I was on TikTok the other day and I came across a power washing one where he did the same thing. He walked up to the guy and did it for free.
Yeah.
Like that's
dude.
sweet.
So wild.
So you could definitely do that with a phone.
Oh yeah.
It was up to you.
Yeah, all you need is like an
for sure.
iPhone. Much.
I got a 12 Pro Max. So
There you go. That's a good camera right there.
Everybody's flexing,
Yes,
man.
sir.
My phone's like 4 years old. Calm down.
Bro, I joined the other side, Mike. I think you can too.
I mean, after
Hey.
so Kyle over here got a new phone, and
Baby.
my man's gassed up over it,
Ooh.
and
Oh,
I kind
baby.
of I might switch sides. We'll see how the S23 looks.
What is
Good.
it, Kyle?
Oh,
Tell everyone what it is.
it's the iPhone 14 Pro Max, newest one. Like that little hole punch. Looks nice, man. But yeah, the cameras are phenomenal.
Dynamic island.
Yeah, that little island. Yeah, cameras are phenomenal, and yeah, I don't know. I really like this phone, and it's gonna be great for the upcoming trip that we got to Orlando. So definitely gonna get some use out of it.
Also, Kyle, what did you upgrade from?
Oh, dude, I upgraded from an iPhone 8 Plus, literally a 5-year-old phone that I bought.
To the 14.
Yeah, like the 8 Plus, which was I guess 2017, I think it was released, and then and I bought it like a year later because I didn't want the notch. And then this is like the first like actual like iPhone that's a full display with no notch. It's just the pill cutout now. So I was like, phone's getting old. It's a perfect opportunity to upgrade. And it is. I cannot use my old phone now without literally wanting to vomit. It's glorious. It's just oh man, because the old panel was LCD. This one's OLED, and like I didn't realize how crazy good OLED was. It's like I've never really used an OLED device. And now I'm like, I could upgrade my Switch next week, dude. Get the OLED Switch. Like, it's just, it looks so
Ooh.
good, you know. Um,
There you go.
but yeah, no, definitely gonna get some use out of this. It's a great camera. But I mean, the 12 Pro Max would make for some really good landscape vlogs, though. I think.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is you know, we are, like you said, going to Orlando. So those of you that don't know, there's an upcoming Halo event that's in Orlando. That takes place the 23rd through the 25th. So when this actually comes out, it'll be that weekend, right?
Yeah. When I mean,
Yeah.
when this comes out, we'll all be in Orlando at that point. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So I'm actually packed up and I'm leaving tomorrow morning to head down to Orlando. So I am leaving on the 18th and we're driving down. So that way I can you know, enjoy some family time. You know, been grinding really hard, so it'll be nice to
Yeah.
actually relax and have some time away. So my wife and I are going to Universal Studios. Well, and our daughter. So we're going to Universal Studios and then we're going to Magic Kingdom and then we're going to Epcot and then the 3 days in Orlando. So we're gonna try and take some nice video, some well, we're not gonna vlog it. So that's the main thing is we're gonna do like snippets. We're gonna do
Yeah.
like little video snippets to make it like a what would you call that? Not like a
Montage.
collage.
Little
Yeah,
reel.
like a
Montage.
montage.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
Yeah.
montage reel.
Just a moving collab, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Montage.
so so we're gonna do that rather than like vlogging because you know it's exhausting when you're like, hey guys, here we are, we're here and we're doing this and like all kinds of stuff like that, you know. So it's just better to like, you know, just capture like moments that are just happening so that way you feel like you're present and it's not like it's staged or anything. It's not like, all right, let's get ready to take a video. And then you like you know, so we want it to be like super organic and just something that we can look back on and have some good memories of, you know, traveling and stuff. And that way we're staying away from our phones more and just living in the moment and like good fun stuff. So it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's got to be the biggest thing. That's why like I never like really took vlogging seriously or like wanted to get into vlogging because it's like I mean, I hear and you hear it from all the big time vloggers like that eventually end up like stopping. It's just like they don't realize how out of the moment they are until like it finally hits them after
Mm.
they're like, you know, 2 or 300th video. It's like, whoa, like, you know, I actually don't remember too much because it's just like sitting there doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very weird thing. Like the content's great, but it gets to a point where it's just the cost is too great on your own like personal like mental being.
Right. And that's kind of why like my wife and I have kind of we did like our family vlogging channel for a little bit on YouTube. We were kind of just like because like, you know, sometimes, you know, things don't go as planned and you might get like frustrated and stuff and you're getting frustrated about a video not working rather than like just spending time together, you know. So
Yeah,
it's like we just kind of did away with that. We were like, yeah, there's no sense in like messing with it and whatever. So
yeah. It's
rather
like
just enjoy being together.
yeah. I mean that's my thing with concerts. I never do like I'm not one that's literally like this the whole show. Like
Same.
I never do that. I'll take like a photo at the beginning, maybe like a couple in the middle, or maybe I'll like shoot like a 30-second video every now and again. But like I'm as
You're like, yes,
present
dude.
as can be. See, that's the thing, dude. It's like, dude,
Record the whole thing.
you're not enjoying the show because you're like, oh, is my frame right? Like, is it like? And it's like, dude, just the music's there, man. This is such a like an amazing experience. You're just completely just like screwing up.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah. I've only done that a few times at concerts, but it was for like my friend's favorite band ever.
Yeah,
So it was like it wasn't even for me anyway, and I wasn't that interested in being in the moment. But if I'm seeing a band that I'm like obsessed with, it's like I'm showing up 1000% sober and I'm not looking at my phone. I'll leave it in the car.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah,
let's go enjoy this moment, you know?
yeah. That's the thing, dude. I live in the moment, man. I'm sitting there singing and dancing. I don't care. I'm like the only
Facts.
person. Like, dude, I went to a 21 Pilot show a couple weeks ago. I acted like I was the only person in the room, and it was the greatest like thing ever. Like I've seen them a bunch, but it's like it's just I have to do that. If I don't do that, I feel like I'm not having fun. So
Bro, when we were in EZU, you and I, Kyle, in
yeah,
New York, and we were just freaking headbanging and dancing over on
dude,
that one side stage where Flux played, bro, we were just
dude, that was one
living
of
in the moment, baby.
that was
That
one
was
of the greatest like festival concert moments of my life. Like, no, not even kidding. Like, we were very
Let's
much like
go.
we just had drinks. It was like because for me, like I had a couple drinks, but I was at the point where I was like feeling good, and I knew if I drank more, it was gonna be bad. So I just like held on to that for like the rest of the night. Like I stopped drinking, and I just was vibing the rest of the night, and it felt so good.
yeah, it was perfect.
I
Bro,
literally struck that
actually,
balance.
wait, are you okay? So there was two times of that because there was the one time when we were at Flux
Hmm.
over and everyone was like headbanging and going crazy because it was heavier music. But then the other time that we were in that tequila lounge or whatever, the
Yeah,
21 plus area,
yeah.
and you were dancing like a freak. That
Dude,
was
man,
so
I was
good.
so in it. I'm telling you, man, like you catch me, especially like I mean, if I drink too, it's like it comes out more, but like you just catch me in that right moment, dude. I literally don't care, and I'm just like there vibing. I'll do whatever, like to just so good.
I still have that video too, man. I was
I think I
I
might
was
too.
videoing him. I was
You sent it
videoing
to
him
me.
dancing, bro.
Hmm. So yeah,
His
I had so many
dances
people. There were so
like
many of my
blowing my mind.
friends. Yeah, that like you sent me that. I think I like posted to a story or something. There were so many of my friends that were like you dance like they were like because they'd
Yeah.
never seen me like in that element. And I was like, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I was having fun, man.
My man
Sure.
was dancing.
Yeah, it's a lot
I
of
was
fun.
shocked too because like I would love to be able to dance, and that's like one of my things that I put on like my list. Like if I get a certain amount of money, I want to take like dance lessons, like kind of
Yeah,
like hip hop dance or something like that. Actually learn how to dance because like I've always been intrigued by it, but I just have never put in any time to it. And then to see people like Kyle dancing, having a good
dude.
time, like,
Yeah,
dang, let's go, baby.
dude. Yeah. I mean, dude, same thing. Like, real quick before we get off it, like, and Ultra too. Like, we went to Ultra back in March. Dude, I was like, I remember like there was like maybe the first couple days, like I was having fun, like I was very much like in the moment and stuff. But I would see people. There was especially a guy near us. I forget who we were watching, but there was like it may have been the Seven Lions set, but there was a guy like near us that he was just I don't know I don't think he was on drugs or anything, but he was just dancing and dude he was acting like nobody else was around him, and he was like I've never seen someone just like have just like focused dance like just by themselves and like no one's watching and like it was like it I was like dude like that must be really liberating. And then the next night because like I was already getting I was like, kind of tired and stuff because it was the last day like I always am on like last days festivals, but like that last night we listened to it was Sullivan King, I don't remember, it was someone we went to that last night, and I remember I did the same thing he did, and I had that was the most fun I had at the event. Like just that
Yeah.
last night because I just didn't care. I was like, oh, it's how you have to be. That's where I've really learned that. Like, I just, dude, if I'm at a music festival, dude, I just don't care. I'm doing whatever I want to like enjoy the moment.
The saying is dance like nobody's watching.
Exactly. You have to, man. I feel like it's the best. It's like the
Yeah,
best way to have fun for me.
for sure. I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't dance, and I feel like I'm a total goofball when I dance. And I remember that I danced like nobody was watching at my wedding, and and
Oh, dude.
I had the best time ever.
Oh, real.
I I had a dance battle against somebody.
That's
like
awesome.
like what? Like I don't dance, and I had a dance battle. What the heck is that?
Amazing. Oh, dude. Yeah. Music brings out the best. I swear. It
Yeah,
really
for
does.
sure.
Ah, all right. I feel like we got to reel this back in a little bit. Although that was fun. That was fun to talk about.
Right, right, right.
God, so where were we? So yeah, you moved back to Michigan, you start the business. So back to that landscaping business real quick. So when did that start? Like when did your wife actually start the business?
So they started that early in the summer. So she's been doing that for a while now, building clients and stuff like that. Um, I mainly stepped in when my wife she kind of like injured her back, but she's still just keeping on because she's a beast.
Hmm.
And so she just, I was filling in for her for a couple of jobs while her back was kind of hurting, and I was like, yo, I actually like really like this. So like, if you wanna, relax, and we can, you could focus your energy on kind of relaxing, hanging out with Layla, or like, working your other stuff, then go for it, because I have no problem filling in with these jobs and actually doing it and taking over and whatever. I was like, because I actually really like this. I was like, I mean, if I gotta sacrifice some stream time to make some actual money, then, I'd rather make money
Yeah,
at the end of the
sure.
day, you know? So,
Oh,
like I said, she started that. Like, so we moved back in November, and then she had established her previous business with cosmetology before we moved away. So that was already a thing. So when we came back, she was able to just pick that right back up where she left off. And then um she established the landscaping thing. And then as of like a month ago, she got another job. So like I said, she's a
She's
beast.
working.
Yeah, she is.
working, man, working. And so like so since you're kind of like I don't want to say like taking over the business, but kind of like taking a more kind of like leadership role, I guess. Like what is kind of your plans going forward with it? Do you like want to expand it, like invest back into it? Like, do you want to grow it? Like, because I know, especially like probably Michigan winters, there may not be as much to do. So like, do you have a plan kind of going into that about how you want to like
Yeah.
go through that?
So like fall season's coming up and everything, so we're gonna try and hammer out a lot of fall season stuff. In the landscaping too is like, we're not gonna do like snow removal or anything like that, because then you'd have to invest in like a plow and all that. And there's already so many people that are already doing that. Plus, they have like the main road commission people that take care of the main roads and stuff. So, don't really want to get into snow removal. So the winters will kind of be more so like the off season. So like fall, with leaves falling, taking care of leaves and property cleanup, and we just call it fall cleanup. Fall is going to be pretty crazy. So we've already got a lot of people that are looking to get fall cleanup stuff done. So, um, we're going to take care of that. And then, like I said, winter is kind of going to be like an off season where I'll just channel more energy into streaming and stuff, especially with all the hot new games that are coming out. Oh, baby. We can talk about that later.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, yeah. So I could focus a lot of energy into my content creation again after fall season's done, especially after this Halo event. There's not a whole lot of Halo stuff happening going on, so I might transition my energy into other games. Um, and you know, ride that out through the winter, and then when spring hits, and got spring cleanup after winter and stuff like that, then we'll be back into landscaping and stuff. So, um, also during this winter season, like I had talked about earlier, I'm gonna pursue like career opportunities essentially. So maybe if next year comes about and I don't want to do landscaping, I'll always have a backup plan. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, makes sense.
Dude, I'm so
yeah.
happy for this guy, Mike, you know? I'm so happy for this dude.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, so yeah, you were doing because you mentioned before, kind of at the start of it, that you were doing Halo 5, you transitioned to Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite wasn't necessarily the launch that people wanted. I mean, there's content missing. We could, spend a whole hour on that if we wanted to. But
Yeah.
it was also an era before you transitioned to Halo, even where you were playing Apex Legends. You were grinding that game a lot.
Mhm.
And you recently decided to incorporate that into some of your stream days now and kind of do a mix of Halo Infinite and Apex. So, like, I mean, how are you liking that transition? And, like, how does it feel to be back on PEX, man?
Dude, Apex is honestly, in my opinion, the best battle royale. I just love the system that they have for like the shields and the way that they change like the shield progression. So you start off with a white shield that you have, I think it's 25 damage on or 50. I don't
Like
even
50, I
remember.
think, yeah.
Yeah, and then as you do damage to other players, your shields gain more health to them if you hit a certain amount of damage to 125 shield, you know? So
Yeah.
it's like it's super cool the way that you can see the progression happening in game. So, and the way that the game rewards you is by getting kills. Like you could literally go for placement and get like top 3 and still be negative points because you don't have kill points or assist points and stuff. So it's like the game forces you to get kills or assists, help your team take people out. So the game is a lot of fun. I used to play it back in like season 4. I was like diamond. I stopped playing because I could only get games in EU. Like NA was so dead that I could only queue EU servers, and I had to play on like 100 plus ping. So that was terrible, and I didn't like it. So I stopped playing, and then that's when I kind of researched back on Halo. But yeah, now being back on Apex, I'm loving it. It's so much fun. And the main reason why I did that is because you'd have to be, I mean, I kind of am crazy, it's in the name, but like I'm not insane to the point where I'm going to stream and play Halo Infinite every single day during my stream times because the game is in such a bad state. Like when you die through walls, you get shot through walls and yada yada yada. There's just so much going on with like desync and everything that it just makes the game not fun. And when you're trying to play ranked and it feels like there's no competitive integrity with desync and all that, it makes it really hard to want to play every single day. So like I said, I incorporated Apex into like 2 days a week, and then I'll get on Halo Infinite to grind out like challenges and play some fun stuff with my community and whatnot. But other than that, I just don't really have much of a drive to play Halo Infinite, which is really sad because like I said, I built my whole brand essentially around Halo, and then to not be in love with it like I want to be is like
Yeah.
depressing. So
Yeah. I mean, there's so many people right now like that. So many Halo creators, Um,
yeah.
and I see it on Twitter and stuff, and I know people are
Yeah.
trying to be positive, but it's just, I mean, the game, man, freaking game.
I mean, I'm one of the most positive guys in the space, and it's just taken a toll on me. It's been like a year almost since the game came out, and it feels like not a whole lot has happened in a year, and it's pretty sad. So
Dude, the winter update. Should I say more? It's like,
I
The
mean,
roadmap that they released that wasn't really content. It's
oh, man.
probably rough.
Oh,
yeah.
so
So
good.
I mean, so the winter update comes out. What is that? November 9th, I think.
Yeah,
think so, yeah.
some either like in between the 9th and
The
the
8th or
15th.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's when that comes out. So I'm gonna be grinding. I'm gonna put Apex to the side when that comes out and grind Halo Infinite to knock out like all the new content and check out all the new stuff and kind of hang out on Halo Infinite a lot more once new content drops. But we're kind of in a dry spell right now, and so the week after that though is where I'm conflicted, boys. Must say.
Very conflicted. Should we
Actually,
discuss? See, so this is, I'll admit, this is probably the first time I'm hearing this. There's possibility you want to pursue other games. Is that what I'm hearing?
yeah. And honestly, one of the craziest parts to you, Kyle, this is gonna blow your mind. A single player.
A single player
gosh.
game. I've never even heard of him playing a single player game before.
I don't. I haven't.
Dude.
Also, actually, that brings up a good point. You need to jump on Cyberpunk.
So, yeah.
I never finished.
Yeah.
I never finished the game, and you said that there was a big update to the game or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was. Very big
Massive
update.
Yeah. So I need to actually play through that. So I need to put that on my list. And the game that I'm talking about releases on November 8th.
Oh,
Does that ring any bells?
November
It
8th.
should, because I know we've covered it.
God of War.
Well-
imagine he buys a PlayStation right now.
All right. Sonic Frontiers.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sonic
yeah.
Frontiers looks really good. I haven't played Sonic since like the old school days, like
Not even
way
on the
way
GameCube?
back. No.
Oh,
Wow.
you're gonna be in for a treat.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I know
That's for
that's
sure.
like I was watching like the previews for this game and I was like, oh my gosh, they look so sick. Like it looks like so much fun, just like grinding on all this other crazy stuff and flying
Yeah.
about the map and
God.
stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, this game looks so sick. So I've got Sonic Frontiers on my list. That Halo update comes out then as well around that time. But then, like a week later, the new Call of Duty comes out.
Yeah, Modern Warfare
That's
2.
right.
Oh
Modern
man.
Warfare 2 comes out, and that's the game that I might push a lot of content on. Not
I
gonna
do,
lie.
yeah, it
I
looks really
might.
good. One thing I will say about Modern Warfare 2, I saw that there is a way to slide cancel again, which is very, I think, divided amongst the community. I think most of the comp community probably loves it, but like, yeah, I've seen a lot of casual people like, ugh, can they just like patch this out? Like, it's just so like, it's so frustrating when you get slam dunked on by a pro player that's just slide canceling around corners. But yeah,
I guess I haven't played Call of Duty or paid attention to the scene enough to really know
yeah. I mean, because there's a
what.
slide mechanic, right? I mean,
Right.
if you were to just slide normally, it takes a while for the animations to go and you to get your gun out and like actually shoot someone. But if you slide cancel, you can slide around a corner and instantly cancel the animation, and then you can just completely crap on
Shoot.
everyone, like because you have
Ah.
your gun ready quicker and stuff like that. So,
I feel like as an experienced controller player, I could probably abuse that
Yeah.
mechanic too, eh?
yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Probably, yeah.
You could probably learn it.
Yeah.
It's like give or take.
You can learn it.
I mean, people that are just bad probably don't want it in the game. But I didn't say it.
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't say it, man. But yeah, no, COD. I mean, from the multiplayer preview, the COD Next event, it looked there's a lot of content, especially like for Warzone players. They have a whole new map and everything, and like a whole new like
They do, yeah.
game. So
Yeah,
it's a lot
I
there.
think that's where I'm gonna try to get my footing the most in is probably Warzone.
Yeah.
Because I love Apex. I love battle royales. I don't want to say I grew up with battle royales, but I grew with the scene of battle royales. H1Z1 to PUBG and Apex and whatever else in between. So I've always loved playing battle royales, and with Apex being a battle royale, and hopefully Warzone is like the game for me. Warzone 2 with Modern Warfare 2. Hopefully it's like super fun, and with the cross progression between Warzone 2 and the main game, the multiplayer, being able to just switch whenever I want to would be really nice.
Yeah.
And that's what I was hoping for with Halo Infinite.
I mean,
we
I
didn't
wasn't
get,
gonna say
so.
it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I knew that's where you were going with it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, yeah. I mean, what is it? Probably a year until we hear about that VR for Halo. But,
Yeah, they were saying
Maybe
like
longer.
end
Yeah,
of
just to hear about it.
2023, if anything.
yeah, if anything. But I mean, like back to COD, I think one of the key takeaways I had from the next event was like there are so many what feels like so many different aspects from other games that they're adding to this like whole Call of Duty universe. I mean, I know they have like in the multiplayer there's like a hostage mode that's very similar to like it reminds me of kind of Siege, kind of you have to break in, like kill the other team, get the hostage out kind of thing. And like save that. And then I think one thing that interested me the most and when they said this was that Warzone 2 they're going to be introducing a raid to it, kind of like a Destiny raid, where it's like you can get a group of people and you can like do a raid. So that kind of I'm really curious to see how they're going to do that, in, like kind of the Call of Duty way. But stuff like that is very interesting. I mean, just the fact that they're branching out to try new things is a very good sign. And
Oh,
yeah,
speaking of trying new things, did you see the triple circle thing?
Yes.
yeah, oh yeah, that was one of the main points I think we talked about in the last cast, Mike and I did.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Dude,
That's
that's
such a good
so
idea.
cool.
yeah, that's something nobody's done, and I'm very very curious to see how that's gonna play out because it looks very good.
I mean, the coolest part too about it is when it happened, I was like watching that, the big event or whatever. It shows how many players are left in each circle. Did you see that?
Yeah,
It
it's
shows how
wild,
many are
dude.
left in each circle. It's like, dude, that's crazy. And that's the kind of stuff that, I see, and that is like super attractive to me because I can see that those developers actually like care about that game, and they've listened to a lot of the community, and they've proven that they're listening to their communities by implementing all of these things. And then like to see the event that they held, they put 200
Yeah.
large creators in a single area and gave them 2 PCs, one for gaming and one
Yeah,
for streaming.
dude, that is a lot of
It's
PCs. I don't know how they
that's
kept that room.
400
I don't know how they kept that
PCs.
room that cold to run all that without like
Right.
it's crazy. It's wild. Dude, the
Bro.
content that came out of that too was unreal. Like I saw a Twitter video. I don't know if I shared it with you guys, but I saw a Twitter video of Nick Merckx. He quickscoped Cloaksy. Like it was the nastiest quickscope I'd ever seen. Like he just picked up like I don't know, like some sniper, and he was just popping people, and Cloaksy happened to be one of them. And so after that fight, he immediately ran over to Cloaksy's station and like started dogging on him and like pointing at him and stuff. And he was like, "Dude, you just got annihilated." And dude, it was like, and like Cloaksy stream chat's like blowing up, like laughing. It's funny stuff. Like
That's
that's
awesome.
the type of stuff that like kind of event creates. And that's why I
Right.
love that. It's just like you create those opportunities for content that you would never get elsewhere. It's wild.
That's
Did you
such a good idea.
did you see the courage one? The
I saw
courage
I saw Courage like I think he was like
with
raging in
the
multiplayer
flute
or something
guy?
like that. Yeah, I didn't see that, but I saw him play a
Oh,
little bit.
you guys know the guy that has like the recorder that
Yeah,
uses
yeah,
Yeah.
he
I see
blows
Twitter
into the
clips. Yeah,
recorder to play. Well, it was a clip of Courage coming in saying like, "You guys all stink and you guys are gonna get destroyed," and then it was like the recorder guy or the flute guy that killed him. It was like,
dude.
oh, it's so funny.
Oh man, yeah, there was so much content. They were doing like it was like a 30-minute countdown before the event started too, and they had like they would just like bring in they bring in creators to like come and give their thoughts, like their pre-event thoughts, like before they do it. It was some pretty funny content that came out of that too. Like Courage was up there at one point, and like a bunch of other creators, and those events were so sick, and it's a real treat because you don't get. I feel like especially now we don't get that often, but who knows, that may may happen more in the future.
Yeah, I'm hoping that stuff like that just ramps up after the whole COVID stuff and how everything just kind of shut down. I'm hoping that like more events and everything just keep happening, and just man, I look forward to being able to go to events like that, like the Halo event that's coming up. I look forward to going to all these Halo events because I get to like hang out with you guys.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
big events like that. You just look forward to hanging out with everybody and meeting people and stuff.
yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah, it's I feel like especially after seeing the COD event, I feel like we're at that point now where it's like, obviously pandemic, it's gonna be kind of an ongoing thing, but it's to a point now where we're kind of back, I think, to where we were before, and that's nice to just like seeing like all these events and
Yeah.
yeah, I think we're like finally back to the spot. I mean, we saw like Evo, like yeah, like there was massive stuff at Evo, but regardless, it was still a great event. It's like we're starting
right.
to see stuff like that again, and it's
Yeah, dude,
it's a
like
beautiful thing.
I've always like seen like the PAX events and stuff like that, and like all kinds of big conventions and stuff, and I've never been to anything like that. And it's like I would love to go to like one of these bigger events or venues or whatever. And like there was, I don't know which ones it is, but they usually have some that are like multi-game events within one venue. Like you can
Kind of like
go
a
here
DreamHack.
and watch this. Yeah, you can go here and watch this. You can go there and watch that. I want to go to one of those.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That's how MLG used to be. They
Yeah,
had like
they
one
did.
for like
Yeah.
Halo 2 and then Super Smash, and then they had another game, Gears of War, like
Yeah.
all at the same place. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would have been sick. Like, I wouldn't have gone to that event, but it would have been sick, to see the DreamHack in February. Like, if it was like Halo
Yeah.
and then like Rocket League and then other stuff, and you could just kind of like swap and like go to a bunch of different
Yeah.
games. It would have been cool.
That'd be so sick, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I want to go to. That's what I'm hoping like Halo ends up doing is like, coupled with other events like right there. So that way, there might not be a super eventful series going on. So you go over and you watch Rocket League for a bit or whatever.
Yeah.
Because, everyone's interested in other games. It's not like people are just dead set on one video game and that's like all they do.
I dude,
I mean, that's
Yeah,
all. That's all I stream. But off stream, I'm playing Rocket League and
Yeah.
Apex and
Yeah.
stuff.
for real,
So
it's like, yeah. I mean, dude, the Rocket League Worlds is another great event that happened recently. It's like they filled up a whole stadium, and like that was like such a crazy
Yeah.
energy to see. So
Dude,
yeah.
the best part about that whole event is the guy that was squatting on his chair. It looked like he was teabagging, realistically, but he was squatting, like he was standing on his chair, and the whole crowd was counting every single one. The dude got up to like 100, and they had him on the main camera because they were having like technical difficulties on the main stage, so they were like panning to people in the crowd, and they panned over to
Yeah.
this guy. He's just crouching.
Dude, that's so funny.
He's doing like 100 plus.
My gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Gaming
just like that.
community is wild.
Yeah, it's like that energy, you know. It's just like you
Yeah.
want to be there, you want to
Yeah.
experience that.
It's good to have that back and see these events, man. It's wild. Crazy.
That's why I'm hoping Mike might not be a fan of this, but I'm hoping Optic in the finals at HCS. Because listen, Optic fans, Optic crowd, baby. Optic gets everybody pumped. You know for a fact
Nick,
that
they keep
when
losing.
listen, I don't listen.
They keep losing.
Kansas City, when Optic got knocked out, the crowd
Right.
was non-existent.
Well, that's because everybody just wants to see Formal win, or they want to see the green wall come back. But here's the truth, man. They ain't coming back. Because Cloud9 and Sentinels are here to stay.
Dang,
Cloud9
Dang,
ain't
dude.
nah. G1's
You
gonna
think-
beat Cloud9.
I'll believe G1 do it on LAN when I see it. Okay? Like, I need to see it. Because all these events
I
have been
respect that, I
online,
respect
and this
that.
is a game that's highly unstable. The servers, you're switching servers mid-game now. You're going from like 20 ping to 20,000 for Sentinels. So
Yeah.
it's like, man, I don't believe any of it. I halfway think Sentinels, every online tournament where there's no real money involved, they're throwing everything. They're like doing super predictable strats because at the beginning of every single tournament, their strats are completely different. Completely different. I think they're scrimming people strictly to make them play how they want them to play against them. You know what I mean? They're just sending out nothing but garbage online scrims. And then when you get to the event, you're like, well, they know we do this every time, so let's just combat it.
You know who's the mastermind behind that?
Hoaxer? No, Hoaxer's on Cloud9. That's
Lethal.
Lunchbox.
No.
What? Oh, Lethal for sure. But
Lethal's the mastermind behind that. Royal One.
Oh yeah, it is Royal One. Where's Lunchbox?
Lunchbox
Optic.
is on Optic. Yeah,
Optic,
baby.
Yeah, but Lethal's definitely a mastermind, and people give him a hard time too. They're like, he doesn't have the stats.
Yeah,
And he had that one tweet after they won, and everybody kept saying Lethal should be cut, right? And he was just the tweet.
Lethal.
Yeah, the tweet was just like, you guys can keep saying this all you want, but without me calling out and using my brain, Frosty couldn't do anything.
He said Frosty and Royal 2 wouldn't be able to do nothing.
Yeah, running around with chickens with their heads cut off.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say we could like run a prediction of who's gonna take it. I mean, I know Nick's Optic already, but it's like at the same time, it's hard to say because no one thought Sentinels were gonna win at Kansas City, and sure enough, you know, they turned out at LAN.
That was crazy,
okay,
bro.
Let me put it this way: I think if I'm on Sentinels, no matter who my 3 teammates are, we're getting top 8. That's how good they are.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trash.
I mean, yeah,
so
they're definitely gonna be.
He said I'm trash.
Yeah, but like, let's be real. They have 3 of probably the top 5 players in the scene. When Lethal is considered your worst player, that's a great team.
For sure.
That's insane, dude. So, I think it's gonna go Sentinels again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there
That's
you go.
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
You're both going for Optic, right?
I mean, I want Optic, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many teams. I mean, Sentinels, they really performed on LAN, right? So it's like, I feel like that could probably be a pretty easy like prediction that they're gonna, you know, do pretty well. But yeah, I mean, it really just depends. I mean, because you know, G1's done really well online, but as was proven at Kansas City, online does not translate to LAN 1-to-1. So does that mean they're gonna do bad? No, but I think that's a team I'm really gonna be looking out for is G1. Want to see them perform. FaZe is like so weird now. I don't think like FaZe is gonna do as well as people think. And not to like, crap all over them, but it's scrims have really shown that online. So I don't know how much no internet's gonna help them. but but yeah, that's an interesting team. I mean, I'll still watch them because I think they'll make for good games. But yeah, it's that team has been through the ringer the past like month, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, and to bring that up too, I will not be cheering much for FaZe, but I will be cheering for E United with they picked up Snipe Down.
Yeah,
Snipe
that's
Down's
gonna be
now
really
on E
interesting.
United. That
It's a wild
team,
team.
bro. Yeah, with Ryan Noob on that team, and like, I just want to see how they play, bro.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
They're gonna be good.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, like they're
That's
gonna
the
be
thing.
so
It's like
good.
they might just creep up on everybody and like take a high placing. So
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't watched any of like their scrims or anything, so I don't know how they were actually playing together. But that'd be gonna be an interesting one for me to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, it was so crazy seeing we don't have a KCP roster now. It's native red, and so it's like it's really interesting to see like they just picked Manny back up and then like formed the original squad again because they like didn't want to break it. So it's like that was kind of a crazy last minute pick. So, but yeah, they're going back into it, same team. So I'm hoping they perform well. But yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah, it was just weird. It
interesting.
was weird how they traded him away and then they picked him right back up.
Yeah,
It's
like I
like
thought it was so funny. It's like
It
I
was the
felt like
org that traded him away.
the
Yeah.
org traded him away, and you could tell because those guys wanted him back. They were like,
yeah.
"No, dude,
Yeah.
no, dude."
Yeah. Dude, Native's in a weird spot with two teams. It's like I feel like for Halo, like not to be too cynical, but I feel like there's especially for HCS, I feel like it's really weird to try and do two separate teams because like financially they're in the red. Like there's no way you're paying for two teams and gonna make money off that. So very interesting investment. But who knows if they do well, Native's gonna get their name out there more. So it's probably gonna be more valuable for their brand in general than any money we
Yeah.
give them. So very exciting to see how both those teams do. Because I mean, it's what King J Mines is on Team Black with or Native Black with I think it's Piggy and Aperture. I don't
It's
know who it was.
Piggy, Aperture, King J, and Mines.
Yeah, that should be
Yeah,
a pretty solid team. So
they just beat FaZe in a tournament not too long ago, last week.
yeah, dude, FaZe man,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
okay.
so interesting to see them on land, man.
It's gonna be
'Cause
something.
it's gonna be
It's
something.
gonna be
Dude, this
something.
oh man, because like now that I'm like, because see, I obviously was new to the Halo scene in Raleigh, so like I didn't know anything, and now that I've been actually keeping track of everything and seeing the
Yeah.
storylines and actually seeing how the teams have like played out, it's like got me more and more invested with each event. So yeah, KC was awesome to see, and now it's gonna be even crazier because I have more knowledge of it now. So I'm I'm gonna be very glued, I think, to a lot of those matches in Orlando.
Yeah, it's also gonna be hilarious to see which teams just go rogue on land and break the gentlemen's agreements.
Oh, that's
Dude,
that's
oh
happening
man,
for
dude,
sure.
especially in
I
open
can't
brack,
wait.
dude, it's gonna be nuts, man. People aren't
I
gonna
know
care. Oh,
I know 2 players that are openly doing it, like just not obeying the GA. The
Yeah,
first one's Rob the Turtle, and
nice.
love
his
it.
team. If I can hold on, I actually have a lot of the teams.
I know Mike's got the spreadsheet.
This
He's got the calculate everything.
not the full list, but I'm trying to figure out when my team played them last. I I hmm, I don't think I have it saved.
Who's the other one breaking the GA?
Oh, Aperture.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I saw it. I
Aperture,
saw it on Twitter, bro.
100%. Yeah,
Dude.
yeah. They were. My team scrimmed them yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Three days ago. Yeah, that's how math works. 3 days ago, and all of a sudden I just hear one of my players go, "Dude, he just weapon dropped me!" Just like screaming. He goes, "It's on!" And like,
So bad.
So funny.
Love it. Oh man.
yeah.
Yeah. Your team. Do you want to go into detail about your team a little bit, Mike? I know we're gonna be rooting for the boys,
Uh, I don't know how much. Like, what are your questions really? Because it's like right now everybody's a little bit anxious to get there, get ready
Yeah.
to go. They've been playing a bunch of teams like status quo. They've been scrimming against. They scrimmed against Mines, Aperture, and those guys. They're doing well. Like when their comms are on point, man, they're unstoppable. They almost beat They almost beat I forgot who it was. They played them in a tournament and took them to a lot of games, and they honestly should have won. They just made like one or two errors in a match that cost like an extra 15 to 20 seconds of ball time, and they lost that round by like 5, or ended up losing a flag because of just some nonsense. Um, but I mean, it's an online game, right? So my team is Gunshot, Sorel, Six Story, and Squilly, and they've all been teaming together now for the last month or so.
Yeah.
Fully booked up, set up, team pass paid for. We may have an org now. Not sure if we
I'm
do.
excited to hear that.
We'll
Spicy.
see. We'll see how that works. I'm not at liberty to discuss. So
Of course, yeah.
Excited to watch
Yeah.
them though online.
Yeah, for sure.
it's gonna be a good time.
Very fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time. When we make it to championship Sunday, I have a surprise. So
I'm
it's
even
gonna
more
be good.
excited.
They're gonna make it to championship bracket, and I'll look like a proper manager.
I'm
all
so
I'm gonna
ready,
say.
dude. I'm so ready. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Excited for that.
Yeah. I know from my perspective, I've seen Squilly especially in a lot of like it may have been like some ESA tourneys, but I've seen him in a lot of kind of lower tourneys. And dude, he's just been annihilating. Like he's just been fragging. Like that dude can get kills.
Oh yeah,
It's insane.
yeah.
So yeah.
Everybody on the team is a freak of nature mechanically.
Dude, yeah, it's wild.
Like,
And we watched them scrim the other night on Sorrel's stream, and that was like it's just crazy what they do sometimes. And it just
Yeah.
works. It's wild. So yeah, I don't know. Very excited to see them play, and I know we're definitely gonna be watching. So
Yeah, we're gonna be standing right over your shoulder.
yeah, screaming for everyone to hear.
You're gonna hear the Crazymiller. They're desperate.
Oh man, super excited for the land stuff though. It's coming up.
yeah, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be really good to see you guys. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, for real.
Heck yeah.
It's gonna be the best. That's
Hey.
gonna be the best part.
How about you come early and meet us in Epcot on Thursday, you turd?
I land at like 3:15, so I
Mhm.
gotta check into the hotel. But at Epcot, no, we had this conversation. It costs like $80 to get in, and it doesn't even do the final like hours that some amusement parks do.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
How about
dude.
this? You meet me some other time, not at Epcot. Okay.
Well, we have the whole week, so
Yeah,
Sure
it's
do.
a fact.
Facts. Yeah.
the whole weekend rather. So if your team, I'm not trying to give any weird juju here, but if they get eliminated Saturday, we're going out Saturday night, big time.
Yeah, there's no
Big
shot.
time. Yeah,
He
there's no
said
shot.
there's no
I mean, they're
shot.
making it.
There's-
It's fine. It's
They're
not
they're
gonna
making it. Like I'm
Yeah.
manifesting, dude.
happen.
Like
For real.
it's happening. So
Yeah.
Let's go.
I don't
the
know.
boys are going all the way.
Yeah. All I'm saying is I know one night I'm trying to meet the boy Zydo. Shout out Zydo. I don't know if he's listening, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and meet up with him because I don't think he's going to the
That's
event, but he's
very-
going to be in Orlando, which is like I'm like, dude, I'm still gonna make time. It doesn't matter. So
Yeah, I know. That's what
Um,
I said too. That's the whole Twitter post.
Yeah,
I was
our whole
messaging him. I was like,
thread.
bro, so what? You're gonna go, and me, Kyle, and Patty, you've known us for like how long now, and you're just not gonna meet up with us? Like,
Yeah.
there's no shot.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
no
for
shot,
sure.
dude.
Yeah, it's happening one way or the other. I don't care if I have to miss like an insane match or anything. It's happening.
Right.
So, but yeah, dude, there's gonna be a lot of people there. I'm just excited, dude. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a crazy event. We'll
What's-
definitely gotta get drinks and stuff too at some point. Definitely go out a little more than we did the last couple events. Because like last couple
Yeah,
events, we kind of just we would call it early, I think, on some nights. But it's Orlando, dude. Gotta have a little fun. So
Yeah, for sure.
I just
And
want
it's
to get
crazy.
food.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think Epcot is like got all the crazy fancy food. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but for real, I haven't even researched anywhere near like the venue that has I haven't researched any food places nearby, so that'll definitely be one thing that we do and look for somewhere really nice.
Yeah, sure.
Like when you took us to the beer garden, bro, the beer garden was so cool in Raleigh. It's like I want to go somewhere like that.
Yeah.
I know of a
Dude, I know
couple
it
of
was
places
nice.
in Orlando. I know locals in Orlando I can probably talk to and see what they know. But that actually reminds me, there's gonna be a big crowd behind the team. Now that I think of it, there's gonna be a lot of people showing up. Like you guys are showing up, and I'm like, everybody that knows you in the Halo community is gonna be stalking you, Nick. Crazy Miller.
You don't say it like that.
I'm just trolling. But like, yeah, like you got a community that's probably gonna be showing up too. That don't want to say
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
it was funny too because I tweeted, I tweeted that I'm kind of signing off and I'm not going to be streaming or whatever. And I was like, see you guys in Orlando. And I had a bunch of people that I didn't even know was going. They're like, see you in Orlando. And I'm like, wait, what?
What?
Oh yeah.
Let's go. So it's like, it's cool though because, we went to Raleigh and I got to meet a bunch of people there. And then going to Kansas City, it's like you see some of the same people, but then you meet a bunch more. So
Yeah.
Orlando to be like meeting a bunch of new people and then seeing all the other people. That's why events are so cool, man. Super
Yeah.
stoked.
Sure. Very, very
Yeah.
stoked. Excited.
Oh,
Well,
Orlando's such a good place to go to.
yeah. Dude, I mean, that's the thing, too. It's like, got all the parks, man. It's like the perfect, just like, like, take aside the event. Like, there's just so much to do there. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Is like I was like, yeah, I'm excited for Halo, but I think I'm more excited to actually go to Disney and stuff with my family.
Yeah. Yeah, spend some of that time, dude. For real. It's
Yeah,
a true vacation.
it really is, and that's like the whole thing with like all these other like events that we've done is they are like essentially like a business trip, if you will, because I've either gone to play Halo or I've gone to like just kind of like network and meet people. Whereas this one's going to be like a true vacation and then into like the Halo thing. But I'm not competing or doing anything with this Halo event, so I can just keep it super chill. Like
For real.
I don't have to be there.
Have
It's
no
important,
ties, baby.
right?
Ties. Sure. Well,
I think that's going to be the best part.
yeah. Real. Well, it's been an hour and a half. I don't know if we have anything else we want to talk about. It's we're running a little over. I don't know, Mike, you got anything else?
No, I kind of just let you take the command of the situation, Kyle. Yeah. I was like, hey, this is a good conversation. I kind of just want to listen.
This is
Is there any?
the Kyle Heath podcast featuring Mad Mike.
Let's go! And finally, I can retire.
Oh, stop! Stop. But yeah,
Oh
no, it was a great
man.
conversation. I think it's a lot of the stuff I kind of wanted to know more about anyway. So I wanted to get all that
Yeah,
juicy
facts.
detail,
Yeah, it's a good flow.
But yeah,
Yeah.
and
So what do you? I guess what we should finish off with really is like, we know that you're going to be taking a little bit of a step back. So what all are you going to be working on? Like, we know you got the job going on. You're going to make some real money, but what's content creation look like? What can you say to your community of like your streaming and your scheduling coming up? And basically, like, what can they expect for the
Mhm.
next, I don't know, probably like 6 months, because you are going to come back during the winter and you are going to be playing some newer games.
Yeah. So, I mean, pretty much I'm going to be trying to push more on other platforms. I know I've kind of touched on that a bit with like the Instagram and TikToks and stuff because you can make some good money if you can grow your platform over there. And then also, growing viewership and bringing them over to your main platform, that being Twitch. So I am going to be pushing a lot more content or trying to. That's usually what I do with my time after stream is like pushing content on other platforms. But with the landscape job, I haven't been able to do that. And then with my daughter's school stuff, I haven't been able to put in a ton of time with content. So winter is when we'll see like a huge influx after the landscape stuff. But um, yeah, I'm pretty much just going to be trying to stick to my main schedule and play other games, because like I said, Halo's in such a dry spell. I'm going to try out probably Cyberpunk. One thing I can talk about though is October. October, I'm doing a charity stream for Gamers Outreach for the entire month of October. We did it last year and we raised like $2,000 during the entire month of October for Gamers Outreach charity, which was incredible. We're going to be doing that again this year. So my first official charity stream will be October 3rd, and I'm going to try and keep that schedule, and push out as much content as possible and raise a bunch of money. The goal is going to be $3,500 because that's how much it costs to build a gaming go-kart. And if we can get a gaming go-kart built, it'll say, Crazymiller and his community contributed this, and it goes into a hospital where kids can play on that gaming go-kart. So it'll be like we are impacting and helping someone else in our name.
That's so cool.
It'd be so sweet.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
so that's coming up in October, and I actually just opened up a PO box so that way people can send me like costumes or whatever. So that way, if we hit certain goals, like donation goals, I'll put on costumes and stuff. So obviously,
You
I
should
want to
do a
keep it
suggestion.
appropriate, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Unboxing videos.
Oh yeah,
Have you ever
PO
watched
box
those before?
unboxing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
yeah, that'd be sweet.
Sir.
So I can do that with the PO box stuff. Like I said, I made a big like Discord post about it. I have to drive pretty far to get to the PO box. Obviously, I'm not putting a beacon right by my house, but so people need to let me know if they send me stuff. But yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Hopefully, we'll see if we get some cool costumes or whatever. I know people have already talked about trying to get me to wear a maid outfit and stuff like that. That might be at the final goal mark or something. We'll see. But that's what's coming up in October. And then November, like I said, we've got the Sonic game coming out and Halo Infinite's update plus the new Call of Duty. So I really want to see if I can capitalize on the Call of Duty market. So
It's opportunity there, that's for sure.
Yeah, there really is. There's so much content you can make for like TikTok, Twitter, anything for COD. It's such a popular IP.
Well, we've
To the
seen it.
moon. Like,
Yeah. Kyle and I forget what his name is, but he transitioned over to Warzone, and then he started making like full on Warzone like tutorials on weapons and different loadouts and stuff like that. And his content went to the moon.
Yeah.
Got partnered real quick, and I was like,
Yeah.
holy crap.
And
And so
he's-
I
Yeah, he's still doing it for a living. I'm pretty sure. I think he's still streaming and everything, and he's making really good money. So like
Yeah, so
he's
that's what I'm
sustained
saying.
for 2+ years now. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is like if you can capitalize on that TikTok and all those other platforms and stuff, you can just make it go nuts.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that's the goal. And with Twitch allowing you to stream on TikTok, once I hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, I can actually start doing live streams on there too. So
how much further do you have to go for that?
last I checked, I can check real quick. I am currently at 829 followers. But since we had talked about it, I haven't been able to post much content on there, so I haven't gained a ton of followers over there on TikTok recently. But
Easy gains, not much.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
I mean, just pop off. Like, what's the problem?
Hey, just pop off.
Yeah, right.
So TikTok,
Yeah, I
mean,
just let your video explode. Come on.
Yeah.
Honestly, listen,
Just upload.
if I wasn't if Twitch wasn't my only and main source of income, I would just do what Ninja's doing right now and just stream on every platform. But I also need an in-depth video of how he set that up, because the setup for that has to be nuts, because he has so many different camera angles all streaming to
That's
different
true.
platforms.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
he had a professional come in and set all of that up for him.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, yeah. Probably had somebody from like a really high-end TV broadcasting studio.
No,
I
like he
think.
actually did. Like I tuned into his first broadcast to watch it, and he had some dude like walking around behind him and making sure
Oh.
all of it was all working. And
That's
somebody posted a picture showing every different POV, or like from every platform, and the camera angles to him were different.
Yeah. I knew he had like multiple chats. Like it took him a little bit in that first stream to get like the multiple chats up on another screen, because I think he had like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all on one screen. And he was like, and people were like, "Are you able to read all that?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, I got it." It's just like 3
Yeah.
trash. Like,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was actually responding to me in one of the Twitch chats. I think it's because I got that nice little purple check mark next to my name. So
yeah.
Yep.
It's gotta be
You're a
what it is,
made
dude.
man now.
Yeah,
Got that clout. Let's go.
It is so weird though, going into Twitch chats and people are like, they read your message first because you have a
Yeah.
check mark.
Yeah, they acknowledge you because you're a partner.
It's kind of weird.
Crazy. Kind of weird, champ, but you know, just how it is.
Is what it is.
What it is.
So yeah, I mean, I hope I answered your question about
Yeah, you totally did.
what's to come in the future.
Sure.
So, like I said,
Yeah.
just closing out the landscape stuff is gonna be busy. So, I'm hoping that it doesn't interfere a ton with my October charity stream stuff, but it may impact that a bit. So, we'll see how it goes. And you know, I obviously keep my whole community very well informed. I'm always posting in my update section like, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it this day, or you know, this day is going to be a half day because I have a landscape job. And I feel like, you know, open communication is incredibly important with every aspect of life, realistically. So like, you know, people that definitely count on me to be streaming and stuff like that every day, and they enjoy being there and stuff, and they look forward to that, they should definitely know ahead of time. You know,
Yeah.
you know how like sad it is when you're like expecting something and then you go there and you're like, oh wait,
Yeah.
not happening. What the heck?
It's like, what's wrong? Where is he?
Right? Is he okay? Why isn't he streaming today? Yeah.
That's a fact.
You're stupid good at that. Updating your community. It's wild. I don't see another streamer doing it. I'm just saying.
It's a rarity.
It's very rare.
At least in the Halo space. Definitely rare. But I guess yeah, thanks for coming on the podcast again. Your third appearance. So
Third appearance, maybe.
it's good to see the growth too, because it's like you first started off, you're
look at
like,
that
how do I get
jersey.
to partner? It's like, how do I make my way up? And then you're now partner. It's like it's cool to see. And like the
Yeah, dude.
content, the growth overall has been
Yeah.
phenomenal, I think.
Dude, not only that too, I just feel like a much better person, like overall in general. Like my actual growth curve from then until now, I feel like I've matured a lot, you know, and you know, being a parent and everything comes with, but like I feel like I've matured so much since then, and like my perspective on things are just a lot more realistic, I guess. I was pretty naive and stuff like that. So like just to see and feel the growth and everything is pretty awesome. Feels really good.
Sure. I know I've definitely seen that. That's been like the craziest thing. Just seeing like, because I've never seen that kind of like starter from the bottom. All right, we're here now, you know, kind of thing. So
from the bottom, now we hit.
but yeah, no, it's been really awesome to see. So I know I've definitely seen the growth, and yeah, definitely as a person too. You've grown a lot in the past couple of years. It makes me, you know, it makes me being the young gun of like, you know, there's still like much more to learn, and you know, there's still a bunch I don't know, and but it's like not scary, like, you know, because I'm like kind of growing up and being like, yeah, I'm still figuring stuff out, you know. So
Bro,
inspirational.
Listen, you as a person, you are very well grown, and I'm very proud of you. So
We'll see that.
stop.
You're gonna be crying.
Oh, thanks, Nick.
This man owns his own house and stuff, bro. This man's making moves, bro.
Stop, dude.
He's
That's a fact.
crazy.
Stop, dude.
Super
Stop.
responsible. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
We're all proud of everyone. I'm proud of Mike too. You know, I'm just proud
Right?
of everyone.
I'm just chilling.
No, you're stop.
Oh,
This
dude.
yeah, right, dude. This dude's just chilling. Oh yeah, he's been doing this podcast for super consistently for how long now?
Sure, man.
Well, the
Built.
beginning of the year when I brought
He's-
Kyle on, Kyle was just like, "Hey, I want to do the podcast," and I was just like, "All right, you're coming on."
Yeah,
Yeah,
be
I-
consistent with it.
Was that your
Yeah.
first guest appearance? January
You were.
2021?
Yes, you were.
Second season.
Yeah.
Man.
I did.
Yeah.
I think like my entire first season, I was just covering the news by myself, and then I was
Mhm.
just like, it was really difficult to do.
Yeah.
because I had like a lot of pronunciation issues and like reading and like speaking, reading out loud was a very challenging thing for me. So
Yeah. That
Oh,
wasn't
growth.
even videoed, right? You didn't.
No, it's
That was just
100%
voice.
audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% audio, and then I used actual like video games. Like I uploaded gameplay to YouTube and then overrode all the audio with the podcast.
Right.
So it was like
Yes,
if you
sir.
were listening to it on YouTube, you could at least watch something.
Right.
It was like me playing like any game that I had on my computer. So
No,
yeah,
dude.
Well, I'm proud of you
things have changed
sticking to it,
Yeah.
for the better.
pursuing
Dude,
it.
I still mess up the reading every single week without fail. So still. So I mean,
We're
it is
getting
what it
better.
is, you know.
It's all about
I mean,
staying consistent.
I
getting
don't
better.
stress
That's all
about it, but
it's
yeah,
about.
these names and stuff out here, they're wild, man. They trip me up. I'm gonna lie.
Right. That's why people are like, "Are you ever gonna capitalize the M in like Crazymiller like in on Twitch?" And I was like,
You-
"No, I feel like people can like read Crazymiller pretty well, and it's not like I've never had anybody mess it up. You know, like Mr. JK Health."
Yeah, dude. That's why I rebranded,
Yeah, that's
bro.
right.
Except for my Twitter. My Twitter's still that. I can't get Kyle Heath on Twitter, by the way. I don't have the clout, man. I wish I did.
But honestly, shout out to the all the listeners too. Thank you everyone
sure.
for staying through. If you guys listened to the first podcast with me in it, and then the
Can you
other
imagine?
one with me, Mike, and Kyle, and you're still here listening to this one.
I mean,
Sheesh.
hey, if you made it
Or-
this far into the actual cast in the video, you know,
right?
well, what's the secret word we should give them, dude? They made it this far that they can put in the comment section. I've only done this one other
Secret
time.
sauce.
Secret sauce.
Secret
there you
sauce,
go. Secret
yeah.
sauce. Put secret sauce in the
Secret sauce.
comments if you made it this far. But
Yeah,
Um,
You know
prove
the
it.
secret
We'll pin it.
sauce, baby.
cause yeah, y'all are real ones, man. Y'all really, y'all really made it this far. Oh man.
All right, I think we got to let you go now. Thanks for stopping
yeah.
in. We know you got a bit of a trip coming up. You got to go down to Orlando and you're driving, and that's happening tomorrow. So
Oh baby.
by the time
Sorry.
this video releases and the audio recording of it, we're going to be in Orlando hanging out.
Oh
Yeah,
show.
so us three. So if
Yeah.
you guys, any listeners, catch us in Orlando, make sure you say what's up and tell us about the secret sauce.
Gotta tell us
Yeah.
about it. All the details.
I can't wait till somebody I don't recognize walks up to me. Secret sauce.
I can
They're
only
gonna walk up to
pray.
you.
Can only
Yo,
pray
you
that
mad, Mike?
happens.
I got that secret sauce, bro.
Oh dude, I can only pray
That's
that
funny.
happens, man. Oh
That'd be awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you for having me on.
man.
I appreciate
Thanks
you.
for
Thanks for
coming
being
on.
man.
Thank you for
Down.
telling your story and everything, man. Always
Down
appreciate
to
you.
do it whenever, because we always have great conversations, you know. So
Always, baby.
fact.
appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All right, y'all.
Thanks, everyone.
Later.
Bye.